Several Democratic governors have taken swift action to protect access to the drug abortion in their states, following a Texas judge's decision late last week that threatened access to the widely used abortion drug mifepristone. Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey announced on Monday that her state has ordered approximately 15,000 doses mifepristone. This is the first of 2 drugs for abortion approved for use up to the 10th week pregnancy. Healey also issued an executive order that he said would help protect access to drug abortions and protect providers who perform them. In California, Governor Gavin Newsom, also a Democrat, said his state had created an emergency stockpile of up to 2 million misoprostol pills, medication. This drug, used to treat other medical conditions, is also targeted by anti-abortion groups who want to remove it from the market. In response to this extremist ban on drug abortion medication, our state has secured a stockpile of alternative abortion drugs to ensure Californians continue to have access to safe reproductive health treatments, Newsom said in a statement. We will not bow to extremists trying to ban these critical abortion services. Drug abortion remains legal in California. Their action comes after Donald Trump appointed U.S. District Judge Matthew Kacsmaryk, who is known for his anti-abortion views, delivered a ruling late Friday that invalidated the 23-year-old approval of mifepristone by the Food and Drug Administration. That same night, a federal judge in Washington state issued a contradictory ruling ordering the FDA to maintain approval of the drug in at least 17 states where Democrats have sued. On Monday, U.S. Justice Department appealed the Texas decision, requesting a federal appeals court to suspend extraordinary and unprecedented order. With access to drugs compromised and Democrats blocked by the Republican majority in the House of Representatives in Washington, a handful of liberal state governors said they were taking matters into their own hands. A judge has made a politically motivated decision to nullify doctors, patients, and medical professionals and block access to critical drugs, Healey said at a press conference outside the Massachusetts State Building in Boston on Monday. Today we collectively say it loud and clear, not on our watch. In anticipation of the decision in Texas, Washington's Democratic Governor, Jay Inslee, announced last week that his state will stock up on 3 years of mifepristone if access to the drug becomes difficult. Days later, Kacsmaryk announced his decision. Washington Governor Jay Inslee said the state will stock up on 3 years of mifepristone. Steve Blumenaup, several other Democratic governors and state attorneys general denounced decision as they tried to clarify that the drugs were available, at least for time being. Some went even further, promising to make drug abortion legal and accessible in their states, but did not provide further details. More than half of abortions in the U.S. are based on drug abortions, and most of them involve 2 drug protocols. If the appellate court doesn't intervene, the Texas decision will go into effect Friday, with far-reaching consequences for access. The FDA approved mifepristone in 2000 for pregnancy termination when used with misoprostol. Despite the claims made in the Texas case, there are decades of scientific research concluding that mifepristone is safe. The states have become epicenter of the battle for abortion rights since Supreme Court's landmark decision last June overturned Roe v. Wade. Since then, more than a dozen Republican states have banned or severely restricted access to abortion. Anti-abortion groups have long targeted drug abortion, the most common method of terminating a pregnancy in the United States. But it became the focus of efforts after the Supreme Court's landmark ruling last June overturned Roe v. Wade and allowed states to regulate abortion. While more than a dozen Republican-led states moved swiftly to ban or severely restrict abortion, Democrat-led states have gone in the opposite direction, with multiple new caps pending before state legislatures this session. Still, if the Texas ruling holds, experts say it would undermine nationwide access and limit the drug even in states where abortion is legal. Abortion opponents in blue states denounced Democratic governors' efforts to protect access to drug abortion. Gavin Newsom is so obsessed with ending the lives of unborn children that he is trying to stockpile dangerous and potentially illegal drugs, said Jonathan Keller, chairman of the California Family Council, on Twitter. California has proven once again that abortion is the only option they care about. Newsom said the judge's decision ignored facts, science and law in a way that puts the health of millions of women and girls at risk. Abortion is still legal and accessible here in California, and we won't stand by when fundamental freedoms are taken away, she said. Other supporters of abortion rights similarly accused the conservative judge's decision on abortion as unprincipled and contrary to American public opinion. In states where the issue was put on the ballot, from right-wing Kansas to war-torn Michigan and liberal Vermont, voters chose to keep or expand access. "I've fought hard to protect access to abortion and I'm not backing down," Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer said on Friday. "I will continue to take steps to expand access reproductive health and fight against anyone who threatens our rights." After Michigan voters overwhelmingly approved a vote in November to incorporate abortion protection into the state's constitution, Whitmer recently signed into law legislation repealing the state's nearly 100-year-old ban on abortion. Democrats and reproductive rights advocates believe issue will continue to motivate voters in the upcoming election cycles, after leading them to nationwide victories in 2022 midterm elections. The election a liberal judge to serve on the Wisconsin Supreme Court last week brought new evidence of the enduring power abortion politics. "This decision will only anger Americans more and lead them to more action," Minnie Timaraju, head of the NARAL Pro-Choice America advocacy group, told reporters in a phone call Monday. "Our eyes are on 2023, and 2024 to 2022 was just the beginning."